Hey everybody, welcome to the Kubernetes 1.10 release Burndown meeting. It's Wednesday, March 21st, 2018. I am Jay Singer-Dumars, your host and release leader this go-around. And if you want to follow along after the fact, the agenda and meeting notes are available at bit.ly/kates110-burndown. And without further ado, I'm going to pull the agenda down here and we'll get talking. First, I want to verify, is Saad on the call or anybody from SIG Storage? Not yet, because they have a thing. So let me share my screen here.
Which thing are we speaking of?
We'll get to it in just a second. It is this update device path during volume reconstruction. So I wanted to go over that, but I don't think we can until SIG Storage is here. I mean, I can give you my view of it, but I would rather have them do it. So right now, other than this device path thing, the current hot topic is still the scale regression, but it's looking like this is maybe in the getting close to solved phase. Anybody want to give an update on that so far? The latest, greatest? I don't know if Shyam's on the call or. All right, well.
I don't see either Shyam or Wojtek on the call.
Okay.
But the question is, like Liggett pointed out, Jordan pointed out, we don't know whether the revert is the right thing to do or not, because it's a bug fix. It's a one-line change, but it did. So I'm guessing that they are still looking. And the last I saw on the somewhere, maybe on Slack or in GitHub, was that they are seeing extra 429s HTTP error codes, I think.
Yeah.
So they're probably seeing some extra calls and it's taking longer for the pod to come up.
Right. So the 429s are probably indicating something on the API rate limiting side on the Google infrastructure. So
that's the API server itself, actually.
What's that? Oh, from the API server. Okay, so it's not. Okay. So interesting. So I guess we have to do diligence there and figure out what the right thing to do is in terms of reversion or not. Is there anybody who wants to weigh in terms of what we need to do with this today? What do you feel like the right course of action is?
I mean, do we have SIGNode available and looking at it? Looking at the poll, it looked like it was fixing a bug where sometimes the kubelet would not record back to the API that a pod was scheduled.
We don't have anybody currently on deck, but I'll round somebody up. I'll talk to Dawn or somebody and see if we can get somebody on the case to figure that out.
We should probably make sure that the person who wrote the initial PR is looped back.
They got tagged into the scalability issue,
okay,
but they haven't responded yet.
And this 59953 is the one that's the potential issue?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's put that there. All right. Okay. So that one we'll handle asynchronously after the meeting and figure out what the right thing to do is.
Yeah, so this is the beginning of the SIGNode day, so we should be good finding people.
Okay. Yeah, it's a little easier than other SIGs where there's a lot of European participants. Right. So let's see. I hate the screen share because you can't actually very easily see who's on the call and whatnot. So hang on with here for a second. Looking at the list here. Anybody from SIG Storage on yet? Oh, and Shyam's here too. Shyam, do you want to weigh in on that?
Yes, I can give a quick update. So we had two scalability issues that were red, and one of them was the issue with the pod startup latency regression. And thanks to Anjay, he continued the bisection, and we pretty much have the PR now, the violating PR, and we were waiting for like someone from Signode, most probably Lantau. Well, his GitHub handle is random Liu, and he's the one who authored that PR, and we're waiting for him to it's random hyphen Liu.
Okay.
But anyway, so yes, so we probably would need some input from him, but at least it's a good situation because we know reverting that PR against head takes us back to a good state, which is like less than 5 seconds. I think both the tests had close to 4.5 seconds of like Anjay posted the update there, but we had like close to 4.5 second latency, which is good, which is more or less like what we had before. And so there we're kind of good. And the other issue on Fluentd getting restarted due to the Fluentd scaler, that seems to like the release blocking part of that seems to have been fixed. So there is still part of the issue which needs to be fixed, but I don't think that is a release blocker. And like even Wojtek weighed in on that one, and I think Wojtek is also probably fine with that. And like the debugging, of course, of the remaining part of it, we're doing it offline, me and Daniel. He is also from the same office here, and like we're discussing a bunch of it online. And no, it's not Lava Lamp.
Oh.
This is a different Daniel. This is X13N. That's his GitHub.
I'll let you put it in there after the fact. But
yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So yes. So there also we're kind of good. I really hope we don't find something more which brings it back to release blocker. But I mean, overall, I think we probably are kind of good there. And yeah, there was another scalability issue that came up, a regression, but I don't think we're worried about that for 1.10. I just filed a bug a while ago. It's not in 1.10, it's in 1.11.
Okay.
But yeah.
Great.
So yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. I cannot thank you enough. Incredibly helpful.
Sure.
You've been amazing. Okay, anybody from SIG Storage on right now? Because I cannot see the list really.
Yeah, I'm here. This is Michelle.
Oh, hi, Michelle. Okay, do you want to give a rundown on this this thing we were talking about, the device path issue?
Let's see. So actually that issue I'm not too familiar with. Can you pull that up?
Yeah, and this is the PR for that. And this is the issue.
Okay. Yeah, so I think this was a bug that, let's see. I think this issue was introduced when we had actually, oh no, I'm not. No, I think I'm misleading.
So this was a regression that was introduced during the security patching, as I understand it?
No, this is not.
Oh. Or some.
Let's see. Yeah, I don't have too much background on the urgency of this one, but I know this is affecting Fiber Channel and iSCSI plugins. What I'm not quite sure about is if it only impacts the block volume feature, which is alpha, or if it also affects regular iSCSI and Fiber Channel file system volume plugins, which is a GA behavior. So I think I need to sync up with Jing and Mitsuhiro and get more background on this one.
Okay. So I was under the impression that this was blocking in-place upgrades. So if you had done the upgrade,
There's a different bug, 61373.
maybe that's the one that we're supposed to be talking about right now.
Yeah, this is the one I'm working on.
Okay, because this is
Yeah, this was a regression introduced with the subpath security fix.
yeah, this is the one I think we need to talk about actually, because this is going to go. This needs to go on 110, correct?
Yeah.
So I'm not sure why this one was okay. Sorry, my confusion there. So this is the one we actually need to talk through, and I don't know why the link got copied wrong, but let's replace that, shall we?
So the issue is 61372, and the poll is 61373.
Right. Yeah, and so this one is nasty because if you do an upgrade, if you try and do an in-place upgrade from the security patch versions, it won't work. You'll have issues with the volumes. And so,
Yeah, that's correct. So I would like, even though the window to hit this issue is relatively small, the fix is relatively high impact fix. So it would be good to get this in before we have a lot more people upgrading to the releases that have the security fix in it.
yeah. And to be clear, the impact path is that if you upgrade to the security path fixed versions, and then you try, and let's say we don't get this in 110, and you try and do an upgrade to 110 in place, and you hit that sort of window where you're affected by it, it's gonna cause a failure. So essentially, if we get into 110, this particular PR into 110, then it eliminates the number of possibilities that which you'll hit the problem in an upgrade.
That's not quite right. So if you have already upgraded to the subpath releases that were cut on the previous release branches, then you are in this state.
Yes,
Right.
then if you upgrade, you need
So this
to
fix
not-
will also go into release branch point releases.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So we're trying to reduce the number of people that are unable to do in-place node upgrades with subpath volumes.
Right.
Yep.
And also, I mean, having the thing about if we put this in, let's say it doesn't ship in 110, it goes into 110.1. That seems like a really nasty thing to be aware of in terms of a patch release. I would be a little miffed if I saw that as a patch release upgrade issue. So I think it's just better for the whole ecosystem to get this into 110. So unless somebody disagrees.
Yeah. So when you upgrade to a major minor version, future point releases don't break you.
Right. Exactly. So, and it looks like the thing's in place. It just needs to be cherry picked in the release branch at this point.
Yeah, that's right. It needs to get a final review, and I'll be pinging all the reviewers today. But basically, I've already run all the tests against it, and everything is passing.
I'm happy to see all the EDEs added to cover the cases. That makes me happy.
Yep.
So, is there a cherry pick already for this, or no?
No, not yet.
Okay, so we'll get it merged to master and then do the cherry pick.
Yeah.
As soon as you get LGTM, can you open the pick so we start getting green CI as well?
Yep.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right, cool. So we'll get that. Unless anybody disagrees, I think that we need to get this in to 110. Okay. So issues in the milestone are looking pretty solid at this point. And Michelle, if you want to, you don't have to necessarily stick around if you want to bail. Totally understand. But so Right now, this is the current list of things.
So I was going to actually ask about that. I was just going over the sets. So the Dean set reversion is complete?
Yes,
Yeah.
both of those merged yesterday,
Okay.
and the alpha test turned green, so
Okay.
that issue was closed.
Well, in that case, we have this issue and we have the performance issues. The PVC, was it PVC deletion stuff is all done except for some pending fixes against 1.9.
Those actually merged as well.
Okay.
And so those are being tested in the upgrade downgrade jobs, but have obviously not made it into a 1.9 release yet. And so it is a known issue that we need to explain. If you are in this situation, you want to downgrade to whatever the 1.9 version that we expect that to be in. So it's in the 1.9 branch. It's being exercised by CI. We know that it works, but we need to cut a 1.9 release and document that people downgrading from 1.10 to 1.9 should downgrade to that 1.9 release.
Right. Which should be, I think, next Wednesday, 1.96 is going to ship.
Joe Betts would.
Joe's the guy.
Or Medi. I think they are sharing 1.9
yeah.
responsibilities.
Medi might be back. That's great. Actually, so Michelle, if you're still here, so sorry. Now I'm going back to now. I know why this was actually this was in here. So this actually is blocking release currently. Is this fixed by the other PR?
Yes.
Okay. All right, we're good. So this once that gets merged, we'll make sure that this gets handled as well. It's closed. Okay, that's it. All right, so we're looking good on issues. OpenPRs are also looking good and expected. Let's go ahead and go down here. Josh, you want anything that you need to update beyond what we're already over?
Nope. No, that's it. That's everything I know about.
Okay.
We're, still looking at stuff that was filed in the last 24 hours.
Right.
If anything pops up that we didn't already know about, but we haven't seen anything yet.
Yeah. No black swans yet, so let's keep looking. Critical failures.
We've had a veritable flock of black swans with this particular release.
Yeah, it's true. Test failure triage resolution updates. Sen, you want to run with this stuff?
Yeah, let's see. So the GKE jobs was indeed broken from GKE side. We made a fix that's deployed and everything's passing again. So I have just glancing through the 110 blocking dashboard. One thing is the GKE 110 suite has the same, like the dashboard. We need to enable the dashboard add-on on that suite. But I have so from that, I feel like we would need to almost, if a test is running the dashboard test, then we need to enable the add-on. I feel like that test should just be in its own feature rather than in the default suite. I'm not sure who owns that.
Do you need help sort of sorting that out with somebody?
I can open a separate issue, but it's easy to fix the suite. We just need a PR like the similar one as I linked in testing for to enable the add-on for that job. I will do that right after the meeting.
Okay, that's great. Thank you so much.
The other one is the kubeadmin 1.9 on 110. That one looks consistently bad. I am not sure why this job is in 110 blocking, or should that one in 110 blocking? Because there's no equivalent job on master, I think.
I'm guessing it should be, but I don't know. I guess we could see if Tim or somebody could look at it and make a decision there.
Yeah, because the kubeadmin 110 job is green. It's the 19 on 110 one is fading. I'll open an issue and see if like anyone has any idea there.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. And then we already talked about scalability.
Yeah. The other one is from the non-blocking side. The GCI GCE soak job looks bad. I just found that it's not blocking, so I guess I don't know why yet. I need to look into it.
Okay. Yeah, let's keep an eye on that because it's non-blocking, but I also want to understand what's going on there because sometimes non-blocking can lead to blocking. So
Yeah.
great. Okay, anything else, Ed?
Nope.
All right. Test infra, I haven't heard anything. I don't know if anybody's on the call from there. Ben, Cole, no. All right, and Jennifer is not on the call, but was going to give an update later about user docs. I think pretty much same thing. The one contentious PR got fixed by Jordan's disabling of the alpha feature, and other things are just getting cleaned up and wrapped up. Marketing, anything there, Natasha, you want to hit? Or Caitlin?
No, not necessarily. I would just say that if you haven't already gone into the document and you have features that need to be highlighted, please do. And looks like networking just needs to have the language around the DNS plugin switch to core DNS reviewed. We need a little bit more clarification around that. And then that should be it. I'm just waiting for go, no go tomorrow. And then hopefully I can do a little outreach around the announcement. So
Great.
that's
Thank
it
you
from
so much.
us.
All right. Nick, release notes.
Sorry, I had to find the mute button. Just we're going and it's going well. We're down to probably about 50 pages of actual release notes, and we will have this edited down today.
Fantastic. So when you look back at like the release notes for 1.9 and 1.8 and so forth, in terms of length and density, how does this current stuff compare?
I think that this time around we are doing more to sort of make the release notes user friendly than we did last time. Last time we focused on making sure that they were complete and sort of, grammatical, comprehensible. This time we had the complete part down already, and we've been focusing on making them more useful. So, rather than just some cryptic message about, some fix that only somebody deep in the bowels of Kubernetes will understand, we're trying to give more context on, why was this fix done and what will be the change that you will see based on this fix, so that people get more of a sense of, is this really going to fix my problems or not? So.
Okay.
It probably doesn't answer your question, but that's what I got.
No, that's good.
So I have been talking with Jennifer about what we're going to do next time, and what we've been talking about is there's been talk about having sort of weekly reviews by docs people right now, the docs team has people who look at the PRs that come in and decide, do we need to worry about docs for this? What we're talking about is having them at the same time that they're looking at these PRs think, what do we need to do as far as release notes? So that we hopefully don't have this massive job at the end of the release. So that would be a good thing. I'd be very happy with that.
Yeah, less work, better. Or less
work at the end,
less
better.
log
Yes.
jammy work.
yes, definitely so. More sleep, good. Sleep good, sleep
Yes.
friend.
For sure.
So, yeah.
Okay, cool. Then moving along to announcements. Anybody have anything that they want to announce / talk about before we adjourn? All right. Wow. Impressive work, everybody. Seriously, thank you so much for all your hard work. And this is, I think we have a very high likelihood of hitting our date at this point. So this is really amazing. Thank you all, everybody, and have a great rest of your day. And I will be in touch tomorrow.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.